Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is the complete tutorial walkthrough of all my rotations for Orbital. At the start of the game, if I don't get the jet, because I will jet ram the top of the first sector. They do spawn on top of it. You get a cheeky little jet ram off and then go from there. But if I don't get the jet, I will get the car, the Jeep, and I'm going to drive this to the right side of the building. I'll show you kind of what that looks like. Or if you don't get any vehicles, just run up the right side of this hill to directly to my right. You run down it like you normally did prior. But you get this car. Make sure not to hit the exploding barrels here next to these dumpsters because they will kill you. It's happened before. And then I drive the car up to this point. Now, if you've got a beacon, I recommend putting it here or even behind it, somewhere in here. But my route is up the stairs. I immediately throw a Pokeball in the middle of the point to get my XP for the enemy spotted. First place I'm checking is right here. People will be laying down here or here or here. And then if they're not there or you knock them out, you drop down here. Check right, make sure no one's back here. Come left, clear out the guys that you couldn't see. Maybe there's a dude here or you didn't check this spot. Make sure you clear this out. And go on and so forth. You want to clear this middle point first before you look down. So let's say this whole middle sector is clear for you. Now I'm looking down at where people are going to be sitting. Now, I'm just going to go through this quickly for you guys, but the popular places people sit on this objective are behind the dumpsters, along this wall, surprisingly. And the reason for that is because most players are running down the streets out in these, crates who are going for this building or going to this way or this way for them. So they sit on these walls, so they got cover, and they can peek you as you run across. All of the walls, right? So they're in this corner, and then, behind this crate too, they'll be in this corner. Okay? Also, another cheeky spot, people can sit underneath of these stairs. Okay, just kind of what that looks like. People can sit down here. That goes for both sides, all right? Now, as for the spawns, they spawn back here if they choose the initial points, or if they click on the objective, they will spawn outside on your left. So what this looks like for you is they will spawn out here in this parking lot and behind the crates and over here by the trees. Why that's important, if you're taking the objective and you haven't neutralized it yet, the most likely place that the players are going to come from are this hallway, these set of stairs, or this hallway. Now, what this does, if people still don't know what this does, as they run through the metal detector, it will highlight them like the Boris turret used to do. It'll be a 3D highlight for you. All right? So once I clear all this out and everything's covered, I'm taking the objective. Once this is, I'm confident that I can jump down here and not get shot at by some random spot, I'm going to cover this specific hallway because it's the closest one to their spawn. Some of the guys will take that ramp up to the stairs here and they will come down this way. That's probably my most expected avenue at that point. Once I take the objective, I'm going to take the elevator. If the elevator's closed, I'll just take the zip line. The whole point is I want to get on top of the building, okay? All right. For the next set of objectives for the Bravo 1, Bravo 2, I always start off at Bravo 1. All right? I'm going to jump down here. I'm going to parachute for about 3 seconds, and I'm going to cut the chute here, and I'm going to free fall until I get to here. And I want to kind of parachute here and get this back wall. In case there is somebody on this part of the roof that is standing here or here, you can take them out real quick. Now, when you drop onto this wall, I'm going to check here first, because people will be running up and trying to take all the space they can from people trying to attack and running through the prior objective. So you can kind of help your team shoot them in the back, give them that space. I'm looking here in the dumpster, in between the dumpsters, in between the crates, here. I'm looking in this field, I'm looking here. If I'm not getting shot from here or take out those guys, I run forward real quick, check to see if anybody's here, or in the tunnel, okay? People will be sitting at that doorway. All right. Now, for the next piece, You don't have to run C4. You could have a grenade launcher. You have the HE grenade launcher. You could have the M5, some sort of explosive. I put my C4 right here on the beam, in between the two walls. That knocks out both walls. Now, I not only have a peek advantage into the hangar itself. People who are spawning, okay, they're gonna spawn out in this field and behind the field that you can't see up against this wall, okay? They're gonna be running down to these dumpsters to get inside the hangar. You can deny that very easily from up here, okay? Now let's say that you wanna be a little more aggressive with the spawn trapping. You can jump up here, take this wall, same thing, take some C4, blow up that wall. Now, I can sit here in this corner and shoot them in their spawn back here. They will be running up along these tree lines, and you've got all of this advantage. You don't have as much cover as you think, but people aren't going to be expecting this. Okay, it's kind of that, like, surprise factor for them. They're getting shot from up here, and if you're running the suppressor like I do, they're not going to initially know where they're getting shot from. So it's just a little bit of more of a surprise factor, if you will. But this is very aggressive. I generally don't do this. I usually stay on that wall, or if I need to clear out the hangar, I will jump on top of the TBM here, the Theater Ballistic Missile, that's what this is, and clear out the point. People will be camping the corners here, 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 there, and right here next to this door. Because what's crazy about these boxes, they're metal boxes, you can't actually shoot them out. You can only destroy them with explosives. Alright, cool. So we take this objective, move on to the next one. Two ways you can do this. I try to take the tunnel. The other way I do this is I kind of just fight the middle ground, playing my cover up here. You know, I've got a little bit of head glitch here. I'm trying to get to this hill. That's ultimately the goal, but it's very hard. If I can't get to this hill, I'm getting shot at too much. I will try to get to this car, but again, I'm just out in the open at this point, right? Trying to get to this car. If it's not blown up, they shoot the car, you just die, okay? You're just gonna die to the environment. So very little to no cover out here to work with. That's why I try to get to this hill, because again, I got at least some cover here. But let's say I make it to this car. Okay, cool. I make it to here. Your first big threat are people on the roof. If there's nobody on the roof, your next big threat are people to the left of you, sitting here or sitting here. All right? So let's just say that we make it all the way here. Nobody's on the roof. We clear the guys to the left. I'm jumping down immediately, checking to see if anybody's here. People who are camping the tunnels, not specifically in the tunnel, will be sitting here, here, and here. All right, cool. We take all this space. Our team gets the tunnel. They're pushing up. Two different ways you can do this. Let's say that door's shut. If I had more C5, you blow a hole right here. Or you can come right, and you can head glitch this, and now you can challenge the people who are laying prone right here. There are players that lay prone here and here. There are also players who sit on top of this roof. There are also players who sit on this hill. So keep that in mind. My favorite route is to either blow up this wall or redeploy if I die initially. Fly off of the initial sector, land on the roof, do what I can to clear this point. There are people out here, you know, clear that out for my teammates. Clear these players off of this wall for them to come out of the tunnel. Make sure that nobody is initially looking at me from this angle or from the hill. If they're not, I will jump off of the roof, place C5 directly above this crate. What this will do is blow up this wall and then blow up this crate. And I'll show you what this looks like. So we'll wait for the crate. I'll reload my C5, and I'll show you why I throw it specifically there. The reason that I do that is so I can get inside of the building. Okay, so if I throw C5, that's extra. But now this is gone, I can jump inside and get into the building. Now anybody who's sitting up here, I can shoot them in the back. And then I want to, if there's too much gunfire going on, or it's just hectic and everything like that, the sprinkler system's going off, you can sit here for a little bit of cover, quick breather. But really what I'm trying to do, the goal is to get on this wall and clear out this corner where people like to sit. And people will sit in this corner right here because again, it's a half head glitch advantage, you know what I mean? It's only half of their player model showing for them. But that's how I take this point. I try not to take this door for as long as possible, just leave it open. And the reason I leave it open is because people will be rotating from their spawn, which is back here. Okay, they're gonna spawn back here. Or if they choose to spawn at their initial spawn point, it'll be over here. They'll be running to this guy, to this dumpster, or to that crate. Now, if you need to shut the door for cover, by all means, shut the door. Shut this as well, okay? All right, let's say we took the point. We're moving on to the last sector. If I took this point, I'm just gonna kind of run through this open field with no cover. Notice the theme here? But anyways, you're running through. People like to rat in these bushes directly here. They'll be laying prone, so try to look at them and see if you see a name and just shoot the names. If you don't see anybody, you move forward. People are going to be sitting on these crates either on this side or this side, or they could be laying prone right here. They like to do this, where they lay prone right here next to the wall. Or people will be sitting to the left, again, laying prone in the heavy foliage, trying to stay concealed from you while they get some sort of pixel peek and watching you rotate. People will sit on this dumpster. Some people like to open this crate, and they will be inside of the crate on either side, or up on this wall, in between the cars, back here on this crate, next to the construction equipment. Another spot, as you're running through here, people will be right here. Running through, the only thing that I am going for is this wall. I'm trying to get to this wall as quick as possible because, again, now their spawn, their base spawn, is out here, okay? So we're taking this wall, trying to fight. If you see somebody on this head glitch, I mean, you kind of have to take the fight, but I'm going to look left where people will be sitting on these dumpsters or up here along the wall. Try to get this dumpster for cover. Just also notice here, if I lay prone, it's crazy. You can't see on the other side of this, but people will actually shoot your feet out from here. I've had it happen. So, some players will sit in front of the ramp there, not very often. Up here. A lot of guys who are going to kill you from this spot are going to be sitting up here. Or right here. Some guys even like to go down here. Okay. As you're running across, I'm just showing you what this looks like for their angle. They'll be crouched in here. Okay. So, as you're running across, your big threat besides these guys up here are going to be the dudes head glitching this angle or head glitching back here on this ramp. Let's say you make it all the way up here. Two things you can do from here. You can either run back this way, and you can run up to the middle of the point, and now you're on the flag itself, fighting people directly on the point. Or, what I tend to do, this is my preferred method, is run around, clear out whoever's here, look here, I challenge these guys as I have to. If I don't have to, I just jump down, and I'm coming all the way back here. If there's anybody down in here, you have to take them out. They will hear you drop, and they will turn around. Well, let's say you win the fight, nobody's down here, sweet. I run up, I'm going to get on this as fast as I can. And I'm going to get on the second level. Now, the reason I get on the second level is because now I can see the entire objective. And if I take one of these rails out, I can now look down and I can look at all of this stuff. I'm very exposed in this angle, but if nobody's expecting me right now, because I got up here so quickly, I can just look down on the point and I can shoot people all down here. People trying to take up the ladders up to the top of the point. People running to the point. Down this way. And then, you know, people running up here. Or people running this way. The last thing for the spawn, for this objective, guys, is they do spawn out back in this field. They will spawn anywhere from here, anywhere back this way, over here, all the way back here, and even further out to about there. Okay, this entire back lot, open field-ish road space is their spawn if they choose to spawn directly on the point. If they spawn on their base, it's all the way back there. And that's where the vehicles come from. So, that's it, guys. Orbital's fairly not as nearly as complex as some of the other maps for 64-player breakthrough. If this was informative and helpful for you guys, I'd appreciate a like on the video. Let me know if you guys are going to implement some of this stuff in your gameplay or not. If you have any other questions, per usual, you're more than welcome to leave a comment below, direct message me on Twitter, Discord, comments, on the stream when I'm live. Whatever questions you guys have, I'm more than happy to answer them or have a discussion about. Until again, guys, appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.